In today's video, we're going to be talking all about the Gemini full moon that we're having on November 26th or 27th, depending on where you are in the world. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new. Make sure that you subscribe, that way you'll never miss out on another new moon, full moon, ritual manifestation video. I have a bunch of different kinds of videos coming up. I want to get more into herbs and roots and flowers and all of that, so keep an eye out for that. I'm really excited, but today we're going to be talking about this full moon that we're having, and this full moon is in the sign of Gemini, and it's on November 26th or the 27th, depending on where you are in the world. Now, as always, I have my notes here, and we're going to get into 5 things that I want to let you know on how to work with this moon, how to make it work in your favor, and a few things and challenges that you might need to know about to navigate this moon better, okay? The first thing, let's jump right into it. The first thing is this full moon is in Gemini, and it invokes a lot of curiosity. It invokes a lot of questions, asking about the details of something. Like, you want to know more about something. Okay, curiosity is a big thing right now with Gemini. And don't be surprised to see yourself or others asking more questions. Like, if you are bombarded, like say you're working somewhere and your boss is like, oh, but how are you doing this, this, and this? Or, you are working somewhere and you want to learn something and you're just like, how do I do this, this, and this? It's like getting to the nitty gritty, getting into the details of how to perfect something and move forward in that craft, if that makes sense. You're wanting to know more, you're wanting to learn more. You're curious about it, you're passionate about it. It's not like a boring school project where you're just like, ugh, I do not want to read this book. I don't want to do this. I don't want to learn about this. This is a different kind of energy where you're just like, wait a minute. This is interesting. This is fun. This is piquing my curiosity. I want to know more. I want to learn more type of an energy. A lot of you are also going to be noticing speaking and expressing yourself more, talking more. And this could go both ways. You might experience other people coming to you and talking to you more, speaking up more. Maybe there was something that somebody wanted to say to you for a really long time, and finally around this week, around this full moon time, they're going to be able to have like the guts or the courage or like the compassion or whatever the emotion is that comes with it to speak up to you about something. It doesn't have to be bad or anything. Like, I don't see it being bad because Gemini moon is so much about being open-minded. So it's like somebody understanding something about you that they're going to present themselves to you by expressing themselves, but in a kind, gentle way where they're open-minded and they understand something that they didn't understand before about a situation, if that makes sense. Mentally, a lot of you guys are going to be, or you're going to experience another person being this to you, which is mentally more reactive. So be careful what you say, and also be careful how other people react to you. It just might be the way people react sometimes is toxic and unhealthy, but sometimes people react also submissive and like a doormat. So it could go both ways like that too. But you're going to see a lot of different types of reactions from people around you. And you're also going to notice yourself probably reacting a little bit different to situations around you around this time too. Now, let's get into the second thing that I wanted to talk about. And this is reconciliation. This is one that I know a lot of you guys want to hear. But this is a time where lots of you guys are going to be seeing things where you didn't see it before, or you're going to notice that like a relationship that has gone sour, they didn't see something before that they maybe should have seen, or maybe they should have tried to understand. And so this is a reconciliation time where a lot of people are going to be coming together, back together. And this doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It can also be relationships between family members, long distance, people you haven't talked to in a long time, seen in a long time. You're connecting with these people, conversating with them, speaking to them, expressing yourself to them, vice versa, And so it's a lot of like people you might not have talked to for a long time that are coming together. You might like spontaneously run into them, or they reach out to you, or you might even have a inkling to reach out to them, which is fine, you know, as long as there's no aggressive, reactive fighting. You can reach out to people, and the conversations around this full moon in Gemini are going to be very positive, understanding, open-minded, listening. So it's a good time to reconcile with people. Um, you're going to see things and people and situations in a different light. You know, like I said, you might see things that you didn't see before. And others may be open-minded too in the same way. Now, this is going to be bringing a lot of broken relationships back together. So around this time, and Gemini is a twin. It's the twins. So a lot of people, you know, if you have had past life relationships with people, and past life relationship doesn't necessarily have to be romantic relationships, right? It could be like, you know, father and son. In a past life, we're still father and son. And they, you know, if you believe in that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of reconciling with past life relationships, karmic relationships, and things like that. But there are going to be a lot of questions being asked by both parties. So you might have a lot of questions, they might have a lot of questions, but the conversation around those questions is going to be very good around this time. The energy is very good to have those conversations. Now, the third thing that I want to talk about is the challenging aspect that a lot of you guys might be facing around this full moon. This is a moon that is ruled by Mercury. It is an air sign moon, and I'm an air sign. So what I've noticed with a lot of air signs is we tend to be in our head, floating up in the sky. We are a little airheady sometimes, you know, and we tend to not see things the way other people see things, because in our head, we see it differently. We see it like, we see solutions and resolutions, reconciliations, solving a problem very differently than other people see it, like air signs. And the signs that are ruled by Mercury, which is Gemini. You're very much in your head and people cannot really understand your thoughts as much. So the challenging aspect around this time is a lot of people, including you, could be a lot more airheaded, a lot more mentally reactive. You could be a lot more scatterbrained, forgetful. You know, you have so much questions. It's a lot of questions in your mind right now that you're going to like kind of feel a little scattery, you know? But that's not for all of you, that's for some of you. So if you do find yourself being scatterbrained, the fourth thing that I'm going to tell you is a cure. It's a remedy for that. But yeah, a lot of people might just feel like, oh, I forgot to do this, or I need to make a to-do list. I need to make a list of things I need to do, or I need to get this, and this done, and write it down in your phone, or something like that. Keep track of the things you need to get done, because around this time you might find yourself scatterbrained. And also be patient with the people around you that might be a little airheady or scatterbrained, because the moon might be affecting them in that way too. So be a little bit gentle with the people that might forget something, or, you know, be a little bit more scatterbrained around you. Okay? Now, another thing I wanted to ask with this is, this is going to be also like a test of how strong our mental willpower is and where our thoughts are going. So everything that creates anything is in between our ears. It's our brain, okay? So we need to fix this first. We need to always have this right first. In order to create manifestations in our life, this has to be, I don't want to say like up to par or okay, or, you know, it's okay to not be okay and you can still manifest, but this, you got to have positive thoughts. You got to have good thoughts. You got to know your worth. You got to know what you deserve in your life. You have to believe you deserve good things in life. That's what I teach, right? And so around this Gemini moon, it's a lot of our thoughts, mental, right? So I had a question that I wanted to ask you guys, and this could be a really good journaling prompt for you guys to journal about is your thoughts creating your life? And if your thoughts are creating your life, what are your thoughts like? Are you waking up every morning like, dang, I don't got enough money, like, dang, I gotta go to work, I don't like this job, or like, I have to do this today, I gotta do that today? Or are you waking up in the morning like, oh my God, I get to do this and I'm excited to do that? And I know it's not going to be like that every single day, but majority of the days should be where you wake up in the morning excited for something, even if it's just your morning cup of coffee. Something in the mornings should excite you. Something should excite you before you go to sleep at night. There should always be the energy of excitement within your brain. What makes you excited? And you should control what makes you excited. And it shouldn't be, because I've gotten into this spiral where toxic things would make me excited. Like, sometimes it would be alcohol. Sometimes it would be gossip channels, tea channels. Sometimes it would be engaging in very negative conversations, things like that. Those are, you indulge in that, of course, but you have to catch yourself, because the more you indulge in things like that, the more the universe will present you those same things. Okay, so you don't want to attract those things. So don't indulge in the things that you do not want to attract. I'm going to actually repeat that. Don't indulge in the things that you don't want to attract. And even if you do here and there, that's okay. I love watching horror movies. I don't want to attract that into my life, but I love it. So after I watch a horror movie, I'll wash it down with something, or read a book, or like have a funny conversation, or just talk to somebody where I forget about the movie a little bit. So you have to understand what is toxic for you. Like, again, like, say you're a paranormal reader, right? Then that would be something that you might love to research and study. So it wouldn't be toxic to you. So you have to know what is toxic to you, what is not toxic to you. What is toxic to one person could possibly be a passion for another person. So we have to know each other, and we have to know ourselves individually in order to make that call. And then from there we go to, okay, what do I need to attract more in my life, and what am I attracting more in my life with my thoughts, what I'm consuming, what I'm hearing, what I'm tasting, what I'm smelling, right? Okay, so the fourth thing is, for a lot of you guys that might be struggling with I can't control my mind, I can't control my thoughts, or like I do get into a spiral, I don't know what to do about it. This is a remedy that I find very healing for me and a lot of my clients too. And around this Gemini full moon, this herb is very, very powerful. It corresponds with the energy of the moon. It's lavender. I want you to use lavender in your house, in a candle, lavender tea, lavender scent, lavender perfume, lavender room spray. You can cook with lavender. You can bake with lavender. You can use the color. You can wear the color. You can wear amethyst crystals. You can diffuse lavender oil in your house. There's lots of ways to use lavender, but this is the time to invite that energy into your house. And for the rest of the year, watch how there's a calmness in the house, there's a peacefulness in the house, and just like any time that there could have been a misunderstanding or a fight or something could have went wrong in the house, the lavender helps to calm it down. So use lavender around this full moon. It's on the 26th or 27th, depending where you are in the world, but you can use it 3 days before, on the days of the moon, and 3 days after. So you have a span of days to use lavender in your house and diffuse it, and just lavender smells really good. It's very calming and healing. So I would highly recommend lavender. It helps to calm you and the people that live in the house, the energies in the house, And it also helps you to align with this Gemini moon, which is the twins, polarity, like duality, like the yin and the yang, the dark and the shadow, aligning both of them together so they work together. They're allies and not enemies. Okay? I would also recommend lavender candles. That's a good one. Now, the fifth thing, and this is something I talk about every single video, is a part of our body that gets affected on a new moon or a full moon. Full moons are a little bit, for me, in my experience, a little bit more sensitive. So hands, arms, fingers, chest area. Rub lavender oil, lavender perfume, lavender soap, okay, lavender candles while you're taking a bath, or lavender in your bath even. It's going to help you relax and calm down so much more. Think mentally, my brain is moving a lot faster than my mouth right now. So it will help you to mentally be more clear when you use lavender, especially in your body, okay? Now, for a lot of you that have asthma or coughs, be mindful of taking your medications or your herbal supplements or your inhalers, okay? Keep those near you. Sore throats, take extra care of those things. And then mental health right now is very important too, because this has a lot to do with our third eye chakra, which is our thoughts, our mental, what's in between our ears. I remember that because I saw something about Steve Harvey saying something about what's in between our ears. It's so important. And so I just always remember that. But yeah, mental health is going to be also very important. So book your reading with your spiritual counselor. You can book a reading with me if you want to. And you can, you know, seek help, seek therapy, talk to a loved one, somebody you trust, conversate, speak, express yourself. It's going to be very powerful around this time because the words that you want to speak, they're going to come out in the right way around this time. You know, sometimes you want to say something and it comes out wrong. This is not the time that that's going to happen. It's going to come out right. So don't be scared to speak what you need to speak. Okay? Now, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this moon phase. I think this is one of my favorite moon phases of this entire year because of all the meanings and what it's bringing up and how it's changing so many people's lives in expressing and talking and calming. You know, I think we need that right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye.